I'm gonna be small today. Come forward a little bit. If you're just joining me on replay, please comment replay so we've seen this. I'm just getting the camera set up. You won't need any equipment other than a mat. I've got a foamy mat today and some water. If you want to fast forward the next 5 minutes, feel free. Just waiting for it to populate. Okay. How are we doing today? So going live today with a spine health class. I have got comments on the side here on my iPad. However, I'm going to be teaching a class, so it won't be till afterwards I have a look at the comments. How are we all doing? So just wait for it to populate. So yeah, this class is going to be good for spine health, flexibility, pain relief, any stiffness, we're going to be relieving that. It's a good one to do in the morning or evening. I'm going to safely warm up the muscles. I'll go from mobility to a warm up into some strength for all the muscles supporting the spine, taking pressure off the spine, and then throughout there's going to be some relaxation and flexibility work. It's going to be a 30-minute class, and then afterwards I'm going to be answering questions on health, fitness, fat loss, any pain that you might be having throughout the week. I'll be able to help a few people as I'm making dinner. So as always, it's for beginners to advanced. You can make it as easy or as hard as you'd like. If anything doesn't feel right, you can always switch the exercise to the adaptation that I give you. If you are currently experiencing any back pain and you don't like the look of the exercise that I'm doing, a cat-cow is a nice gentle one to go back into whilst we're doing these exercises. Hi guys. Another moment. And feel free to use a block if you have one to come into Sukhasana, easy pose, chest proud, shoulders down away from ears. Let's get started. So 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, filling the lungs completely, and a slow exhale, just bringing you present for this class. Again, inhale, slow exhale, sitting tall, good. Right arm over to one side. Inhale with the other on a side bend, just to mobilize and exercise nice and easy. Inhale back to center, left arm rises, exhale, good. Inhale back to center, just checking in with our body first, seeing how it feels. Exhale to walk our hands out, small back bend there. Inhale, arms to the back of the class, chest proud, keeping tension in the neck. Good. I'm going to do that again. Left arm over. Inhale with the right. Exhale, bending more with the left arm this time. Inhale back to center. Over to the other side. Arm should be over your head. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you walk your arms out a little bit further this time. Inhale back to center. Arms out behind, chest proud. If you're wanting to squeeze your glutes and lift your hips this time, that's free. I'm feeling a bit of tension in the lower back area and glutes. And release. Good. We'll come onto tabletop position. I'm going to start with a cat-cow. So spine to ceiling for the cat. Exhale, engaging the core. Inhale into cow. Again. Feeling the stretch and tension as you switch between the two poses. You might want to linger more in one than the other. Nice deep, big deep breaths, filling those lungs. Couple more. Feeling the tension in the back muscles, in the cow. Exhale, stretching in the cat and the back muscles. Good. Now come to a thread the needle. So if your wrists do start giving you pain, you can bring them forward a little bit, so a little bit further forward than the shoulder. You can go on to fists as well. And you can also keep shaking off in between. You are building the wrist strength as well, so remember that. So exhale, as we exhale and thread the needle, we're bending at the other arm to thread. And following our gaze with our hand all the way up and over, and again, exhale, cores engaged. Taking your time and enjoying the stretch and mobility. Inhale and exhale. Spine follows as you watch your hand with your gaze. Another one for 6. Good. I'm going to hold that position, arm over your head. Try and settle in. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Good. Over to the other side now. So we're mobilising, so I might have to start off with a small range of movement until this builds and you become more mobile. Good. Looking for 6, trying to push around a little bit further each time. And I want you to think to yourself, can I get round as far on this side? Or is there a bit of restriction I feel? Using your hand on the floor to push you around. One more. Pushing around a bit further this time. Good. And hold, thread the needle, extend the arm over your head. Deep breath. Good. Back into cat-cow, remobilize. One more. So the next exercise that we're going to do is really good and it's prescribed by physios for anyone with back pain and stiffness, weakness. It's a good all-rounder. It's a bird dog. So opposite arm to opposite leg comes away from the body like so. And have a look back, make sure your leg is as high as you think it is. And if it's not, just sort that out. I want to come down to the floor, tap the floor and up. Down to the floor, tap the floor. Long, lengthen the spine. Exhale and inhale. Looking for 8 to 10 on either side. One more. Cores engaged. Good. Over to the other side. Make sure that you're distributing your weight evenly over both sides. Make sure you're coming up as high enough. So hip and shoulder height you should be going. And you're distributing your weight over both sides of the body. 8 to 10. You should start to feel a warmth in the back area above the hip. One more. Good. And then we're going to come into child's pose, knees together, walking the hands out. Deep breath. Good. Next we're going to go into donkey kicks. Again, really good for the bringing blood flow to the lower back, and the movement is bringing a cat-cow movement to the pelvis. So a good bend in the knee, heel to ceiling, squeezing that bum cheek that the leg's coming up with, and down. 10 to 12 reps. And make sure you're breathing. You can feel free to go into your elbows as well if you're feeling this in your wrists. And 5, 4, 3, 1 more. Good. Over to the other side. Keeping nice and stable, don't let gravity bully you down. So roughly a count of 1 up, 2 down. Couple more, and then we'll rest in child's pose for a moment for that back bend in the lower body. Walking your arms out. Last part of the set, fire hydrants next. Warming up the sides of the thighs so we can get into stretches after. Knee comes away from the body, and you notice I'm not twisting my hips. My hips are trying to stay face to the ground. Whoops. Toes kiss. As many as you can, or 12. And again, try not to dump all that weight in the stabilising leg. Deep breaths. Keeping that core engaged. 2 more. And then we're going to paint with our knee big circles, good hip opener. So these are quite difficult, especially if you've not got the hip mobility. So we're going to go for 6 or less. If you can do more, that's great. Good. 2 more. Big circles. Core engaged. And over to the side. Into fire hydrants. So I need to make sure the whole back and spine's worked in a variety of ways so we can stretch off and move in everyday life in a variety of ways. 2 more. And then again, we're going to paint with that right knee now. Big circles, less than 6. Really feel yourself getting into the hip area. One more. Good. And this time to stretch off, we're going to bring the feet together, knees as wide as apart as you can, and then coming down. So another hip opener. So a lot of the time we experience back pain from the pelvis being too stiff and tight. So we're just trying to get into that joint. So you should feel a mild discomfort in the inner groin area. Deep breaths. And that's okay, it shouldn't be painful. So have a think, can you feel the stretch in one side more than the other? You can have a little wiggle left and right with the hips. If that feels good and that you need it. Excellent. I'm going to grab a drink, how we're getting on, and then we're going to do that giant set again. What I love about Pilates is that they're all quite subtle exercises but really effective. So the bird dog, bringing your arm and leg away from the centre of the body, looks quite easy, but give it a try, especially in front of the fire. And it is challenging. So opposite arm to opposite leg out, have a look back, make sure it is hip and shoulder height, down and up, 8 to 10. Nice and controlled, long in length of the spine. 6, 7, good. Just keeping the core engaged, so your power output and your stability is coming from. Good. Over to the other side. Have a look back and lift down. Deep breaths. Get that breath in. 7, distribute your weight over the left and the right side. Then knees together, feet together, child's pose. Exhale, walking your arms out. Deep breath in. And exhale, relax. Good. Coming into tabletop. This time we're going into donkey kicks. So again, heel to sky, squeezing that left bum cheek and in. Keeping hips stable. 10 to 12 reps. Our second set. 5, 6. Forcing that cat-cow movement in the pelvis. 8, 10. 2 more. You might be feeling this on the stabilizing leg as well, a little burn on the side. That's totally normal and that's good. Over to the other side. Heel to ceiling. Keeping control, coming down. Pilates is all about precision as well, getting our bodies to do exactly what we want them to do, our limbs, and knowing where they are in space. It's that proprioception. Reducing fall risk, reducing the risk of injuries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Knees together, feet together, child's pose. Deep inhale and exhale. And feel that tension in the glutes and the bum cheeks melt away. Good. Back to fire hydrants next. Again, feel free to shake off the wrist, go onto fists, or you can go onto elbows as well. Fire hydrants, so feet kiss, as high up as you can. Looking for about 10. So this is working the piriformis as well. So if your back pain is stemmed from that, this can help. And we're going to stretch the piriformis out later as well. 3, 2, 1. Let's paint them big circles, less than 6 with the knee. How high up can you go? Try not to rotate the body. 1 more. Good. Over to the other side. Fire hydrants. Again, don't lean all on that one hip. Deep breaths. 5, 7. Couple more. And let's paint big circles, less than 6. And then we're going to take the hip opener one step further into frog's pose. You've got that option to work on some flexibility. So you can either bring the feet together, wide knees for child's pose again and come down, or frog's pose gets right in that hip joint. You'll feel it's quite deep. So feet pointing outwards and your ankles should be in a line with your knees and then coming down. See how deep you can make it. Deep breaths in and a slow exhale, help your body relax and your muscles. You really feel that in at the joints, good. Excellent, well done. Grab a drink. How are we doing? Hi guys. I hope you're enjoying the class so far, spine relief. Okay, we're going to come onto our bellies and continue. So this is the Sphinx position. I'm just going to sit in here for a moment. I want you to observe how your body feels in Sphinx. So elbows directly under shoulder, chest proud, squeeze the bum cheeks to engage the lower back and protect. And push your hips into the ground and allow that lower back bend in your lower back. Chest proud, chest shines forward, shoulders are down, push them into the mat with your elbows. Deep breaths. Then from here, we're going to come down a little bit further into the mat. I'm going to begin some dorsal raises. So this works the muscles next to the spine, taking pressure off the spine, so you become a more stable structure. It's really good for osteoporosis, osteoarthritis in the spine. So hands next to your ears, not touching at all. Elbows to the back of the rib, like elbows to the sky and down. Squeezing the bum cheeks, lifting if you can your legs off the floor. This one works well with high reps, because think of your back as endurance muscles, keeping it upright all day. And push your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale to rise, exhale to come down. And think about them shoulder blades touching the spine. And notice where's fatiguing, where's burning, where's warm, because these are a sign of your possible weak areas. But I really want you to focus on the movement of the shoulder blades coming towards the spine. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to sit with that back bend that we've just been practicing. We're going to exaggerate it a little bit more now. Into a cobra, sphinx. Squeezing the bum cheeks. Protect your lower back. If you can look up to the ceiling, great. Deep breaths. And then we're going to push our hips back into child's pose for spinal fluidity and movement. And you'll feel that tension release in the lower back, the areas that we've just worked. And then we're going to come down. So you can feel free to do them dorsal raises again, or you can make it more challenging. So arms over your head, not touching the floor with your hands. And then as you're coming up, your elbows are leading, so pushing your elbows towards the back of you, lifting up and down. Exhale on the rise, inhale on the lift. Five more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, back into cobra. So cobra or sphinx, if you wanted to go into cobra now, that's absolutely fine. But cobra and sphinx push the pelvis forward, which gets rid of the posterior tilt. If you've got a seated job, or you've been driving all day, you know, a desk job or driving all day, we're getting rid of that posture with an anterior tilt, and that's what we're doing right now. Deep breaths. I want you to try and push your hips a little bit further into the ground, squeezing your bum cheeks, looking up at the sky. Good. Hips get sent back. Feel that tension melt away. Deep breaths. Good. Grab a drink. And then we're going to move over onto the semi-supine position. So part of a strong back is a strong bum. So we're going to fire up the glutes. And then also a lot of back pain and issues can be caused from the core not working properly, the lower parts of the core below the belly button. So we're going to concentrate on that as well. So let's squeeze the bum cheeks and lift the hips. Ribcage in, belly button into spine. Have a look down, make sure your hips are level. And if they're not, if one is higher than the other, just sort that out yourself. Weight should be in the heels of your feet. This is a good chest opener as well. Again, good for posture. Squeezing the bum cheeks, your hamstrings, you might feel these in your hamstrings and your lower back as well. See if you can get a little bit higher with the hips, if that feels good. And you can walk your shoulders under, chest proud, shines towards the sky. If you want to interlace your hands, feel free. Deep breaths. hips up a little bit higher. And come out with this whenever you feel that you want to. How high up can you go? If you can just go to a bridge, that's absolutely fine. One more big deep breath in. Untuck the hands, release. Apanasana, knees in for a hug, and roll side to side, counteracting that back bend. Good. So next we're going to work the core. So for the core is quite complicated, and any breakdowns in the core can be so subtle you don't even realise you've got a problem. And that, again, that's what Pilates is here for, it's to bring that education. So first of all, throughout this whole exercise, I want your ribs tucked in. You can breathe normally, but keep your ribs tucked in. Your belly pushes down into the ground or into your spine, I might also say, because we want your back completely flat. No curves in your lower back. So how do we do that? We bring the knees up and just shimmy so you're fully imprinted in the mat. Next, legs are up in tabletop, arms are up as well. So you've got the rib cage tucked in, belly button into spine in this. So your core is switched on, there's tension. So imagine somebody's punching you in the stomach and you don't want to feel it, you're braced. That's what we're holding. Opposite arm to opposite leg. What am I doing? Is coming away. Whilst that back stays flat on the floor, core is engaged. So this is called the dead bug. So can you get all the way out whilst the back is still making contact with the mat? Nice and slow. Good. If you've got any hip clicks, this is a sign that there's a breakdown in the core. So maybe don't go all the way out. Another 3. Good. 2, 1. Again, subtle yet effective. Apanasana. You can bring the knees into a little bit of a roll, change direction. Good. Again, back into the bridge, squeezing the bum cheeks. If this is as high as you want to go, that's absolutely fine. Or you can walk your shoulders under, interlace your hands, hips up as high as you can, weight in the heels, feel the warmth in your lower back. Breathe. One more. Let go of your hands. Carefully take your time coming back down. Apanasana. Let's hug and roll. Again, dead bugs, opposite arm to opposite leg, core switched on. Make sure you've got tension in the full core. It is helpful as well having a poke around, make sure it is tense here, you're firm there. Get to know what your core feels like, because at times it might feel like it's quite squidgy, and if that's the case, then you can see it and watch it improve as you do more core work. 3 more. 1 more. Good, Apanasana. Then we're going to come into a spine twist. Now we're nice and warm in the lower body. I'm going to shift our hips over to the right, knees over to the left, arms out to the side. Deep breath in. Slow exhale. And as you exhale, you should be able to feel your body, your muscles relax into it. So both shoulder blades should be on the mat for this, and then you progress it from there. So ideally, hips should be stacked, knees should be stacked. And you can extend that leg if that feels good and hold on to the back of it with your arm. And notice on this right side that you're stretching, whichever side you may be stretching, where's tight? You might feel it in your glute area, your chest area. These are your tight areas, get to know them. You might feel it along the ribs, your lower back. And every exhale is having you relax more and more into your stretch. So that's what your job is throughout these stretches, is to just switch off your muscles. So go through your body, internal body scanning for any stiff, tensed muscles. And with an exhale, just relax them. The trunk can be quite difficult to switch off. But your big deep breaths help you with this. 2 more big deep breaths in. Move into the stretch on the exhale. 1 more. I do love the spine twist. Good. Bending both knees. Coming back into semi-supine for a moment. And just feel that stretch sensation disappear. You can just give you a moment to appreciate what you've just stretched out as well, and where you feel that for a moment. Now it should be gone. Hips over to the left, knees over to the right, settle in. Arms out to the side. So some people do put both arms the opposite side what the knees are going on, but I don't like the rounding of the shoulders, so I don't do that in my classes. But as always, guys, if you've got any questions, give us a comment and I'll get back to you. Anything that didn't feel right, any questions at all. Extend that top leg. And where are you feeling it on this side? So I've had clients sit in this position for 3 or 4 minutes before the body is fully got the memo to relax the muscles. It can take that long. People aren't patient enough with stretches. So it's just a reminder there. And because we're nice and warm, we should take our time with it. Internal body scanning with every exhale, switching off more muscles. Shoulders are quite, hold a lot of tension, quite common. 2 more big deep breaths, leaning into that stretch sensation. It's not pain, never exercise or stretch through pain, okay? Good, 1 more. Good. Coming back into semi-supine. Appreciating that stretch sensation. And then you're going to come up into the seated position. Sukhanasana, easy pose. Now, if you struggle getting into a seated pose, you can go on to this, that's fine. Or you can sit on your block, that really does help. Otherwise, Sukhanasana. We're just going to relax the parasympathetic nervous system with our breath. It's really powerful. Breath work is really powerful. So the first long exhale, you want to make sure that all your exhales, are longer than your inhale. And that's like a switch to your body and mind. It's telling your brain that everything's fine, you don't need to be in fight flight anymore. Whatever's happened during the day, you're just going to let it go. So sitting tall, shoulders down away from ears, cores engaged, and you're stacking your vertebrae in your back like books. So I'm going to talk you through some pointers as well with your breath. So you can bring your arms and hands into a mudra, chin mudra, or you can just rest them on your thighs. It's totally up to you. So I just want you to normally breathe the moment through the nose. And on the next inhale, you're going to completely fill your lungs. Pause with full lungs. And then slowly exhale for a count of 5. It's extremely relaxing. Your own count of 5. And then on the next inhale, your belly's going to rise. And then your ribs and then your chest in those 3 stages. Pause with full lungs at the top. And then on the slow exhale, count of 5, your chest will go down. Then your ribs and then your belly will empty. In those 3 stages, that's yogic breath work. Also known as box breathing as well. Again, inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause, 2, 1, slow exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 1, 2. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to keep going. And every time your mind wanders, that's okay. Just bring it back to the breath and your stages of the breath, making sure it's traveling from your belly up, and then on the exhale, it's reverse. And the pause with full lungs is extremely powerful and exaggerates everything that you're feeling. Let me know if this sound wasn't clear as well. I have got mics that I could and should be using probably. The baby's done something to this, I'm telling you. I think if she drops it on the floor, it does something to it. See how it just goes. But normally, like a few days later, it starts working again. How can you break a sound bowl? And I just want you to take a moment for gratitude as well. What your body's done for you today and what it does for you every day. Namaste, my friends. Thanks for joining me in the mat. Give us a comment with any questions that you have. I'm going to take it over now to, as I'm doing the live Q&A, as I'm making my dinner. So if you've got any questions on nutrition, health and fitness, let's put my water. I'm just turning that off. My iPad. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Let's see. Any questions? Hi, Joe. I tried what you said, still hurting, so I'm off to see a sports physio tomorrow morning, 76. It'll be worth every penny, infinity. What's up with your body at the moment, Unknown Warrior? I'm just going through the comments, guys. I'm here answering any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, toning. So we've just finished a Pilates class for building strength in the back, mobility and lower back pain relief. If you do this exercise correctly, you shouldn't get cramp. Which ones were you talking about? Hi, Ayush. Hey, it's my favourite. Thank you very much for your support. Oh, I love the comments, guys. Girly exercises. That's hilarious. I'm popping in from USA. Last time I stumbled upon randomly. Very cool of Leanne and a lot of you to do it together. Do you guys work out together? We do. You mentioned Scott's midnight snack habit. Do you get any cravings? And if so, how do you curb those? So yeah, so Scott does like a midnight snack. Well, it's not that late. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Like it is quite late that. I stop eating at 5 o'clock, but I have said to him, eating before bed disrupts sleep. We know this, and decreases metabolic function, and it's pre-bed snack. I mean, I thought like I didn't have a problem with it because it was his thing, and he'd save calories during the day to have it before bed. But it shouldn't be doing it. He's experienced some pain, and I do believe it doesn't help. So yeah, we work out together as much as we can, really, but with 2 kids and jobs, it's very hard. But so today I'm making tofu for the first time. It's been marinating as I was teaching Pilates there. and I'm going to do rice with it. Let me see if I can put you in a better position. So I've got the oven on. I've also not got my contact lenses, so I have to zoom in and come closer for the comments. It's a quiet night tonight. So I'm doing rice, and with my rice I'm adding quinoa. That's leaking, great. Quinoa with, I added to my rice to improve the fibre of my rice. So I'm just sprinkling a little bit. Oops, that was meant to be a little bit. Any questions on health and fitness, guys? That quinoa looks dead weird. This is the first time I'm cooking it. I normally just buy it, but there we go. Yeah, so we've got, well, 3 kids between us. He's got a 15-year-old and and together we have a 2 years she is, and I've got a 5-year-old. You guys should do busy parents who want to get their body back. I'm doing it for us both. That's what I'm here for, definitely. And it can be done. But a lot of people waste time on the wrong things. So apparently tofu is meant to be baked and then broiled. So maybe I should have done it in the air fryer. Never mind. If anyone's watching this and they've cooked tofu a million times, they'll probably laugh at this and think, what the hell are you doing? So that's in my marinade. Looks nice, eh? I was wanting tandoori, but... Oh, and then I want to do some peppers. Hi, Ashfaq. Tofu scramble. No, it's not meant to be. I'm just going to get the peppers. I want peppers, variety of peppers, and spring onions. Have you got any questions on health, fitness, fat loss? Anyone struggling to keep the diet in check? Instead of grilling the tofu later, I think I'm gonna fry it with veg instead. Makes more sense, and I have the perfect thing for it. Iron. Did you know if you cook your food with iron, increases the absorbency by 300%. It's pretty awesome, that bioavailability. Hi there. Any questions on health, fitness, fat loss, anyone with any injuries? So I'm a personal trainer, an online coach with 12 years. Teach Pilates, yoga. Tonight, as well, if you did do this Pilates class tonight, just check in with your body and how it feels after you've moved a little bit. You'll hopefully feel longer in length and warmer. I only heard rice, peppers and that tofu jam thing. So this is like a new concoction for me. So I've added quinoa into basmati rice. I've got my, what do you call it, tofu in the oven, and then I'm gonna fry it in light colour olive oil. Not loads, just a sprinkle. You've got to have a little bit in there because it's a cast iron pan. Is it possible to get all the protein your body needs without eating meat? Yeah, definitely. But you need to make sure, what can be hard to do is quality protein. The most important protein, like out of the amino acids, is isoleucine. Sorry, no, it's not. It's leucine. because if without that you can't build muscle. Is there fastest? So I do have clients, vegan clients, who get all the protein, no bother. It's just getting into a routine and knowing what you can. Hi Phil, what you can eat. Workout was good, yeah. I feel a lot more like spine relief. I was a bit stiff before I started, but feeling good now. Is there a fastest way to heal Achilles tendonitis or just pulled Achilles tendon? It's the most annoying injury I've ever. Have you guys looked on here? It's funny because my client had plantar fasciitis and he booked in with like a top-notch physio, and he was going to do dry needling on the guy and stuff, and he was determined to get it fixed because he's a hill walker, this guy. So he looked on YouTube, did a load of these YouTube exercises, and the next day he woke up and he was pain-free, and he's had this for over a month, this plantar fasciitis. So have a look on YouTube. If you put in Achilles tendonitis relief and practice them, be consistent. So think about it, if during the daytime you're walking about, at night you need to do like stretches to like stretch off the tight tendon and muscle area, like the calves will be feeding into it as well. And then in the morning, think about mobility exercise and a few stretches. But consistency is everything. Make sure you, like, even when you start to feel relief, because I said that to him today, people can become complacent with these. So yeah, need to keep at it for a wee while. And why did it happen as well? Can we see a close-up of the foot tattoo? Oh no, I hate that tattoo. This year I'm going to be getting rid of some tattoos. It's a great question, Israel. I subbed all protein with soy, which was a big mistake. So she's spinning facts. Yeah, this tofu's made of soybeans, isn't it? That edamame. Joe, calm down. I'm a tattoo artist. It's a serious question. Oh no, I don't like it. I did it myself, so yeah. I was like, I can do tattoos. I wonder how I can do that. Yeah, don't. Yeah, but YouTube has some great physios on here telling you. But obviously, when you have an active injury, make sure your protein's high and your fats, your good fats, particularly your omega-3s, that's going to help. Hi, Mike from Newcastle. That was a bad impression. Yes, I was vegan thinking soy was the way to go. Yeah, you can end up with a soy intolerance, can't you, with all the soy products that's on the market. It is getting better and easier for vegans though. So I've got a red pepper. I love red peppers, but for my microbiome, to mix things up and introduce new microbiome and feed the current, I'm going to go yellow as well. Yeah, I've never had, I had tofu. One of my clients gave me tofu, tandoori tofu. It was amazing. It was just a bit spicy. So that's what's led me to want to do it myself. She did do this like before Christmas, and this is me just doing it now. Any questions on health and fitness? So I'm a personal trainer of 12 years, an online lifestyle coach specialising in habit forming, nutrition, diet psychology. You know, I help you implement, because it's like someone rightly said the other night on a live, to lose body fat, you just need to move more, eat less, right? But there's human behavior and psychology makes it more complicated than that, because if it was that easy, I wouldn't still be doing the job. It'd be boring, to be quite frank. So yeah, what makes it fascinating is implementation and figuring what works best for you. So if you've got any questions, I specialise in back pain, nutrition as well, and some medical conditions. I'm able to work with those kind of people as well, and postnatal people, women. I think that spinach is on. I actually saw someone today being myth busted by a doctor. She was saying that spinach had caused her knee pain, and she was saying, I used to eat all this spinach, and then I used to also eat all these cookies and other processed crap, and then I find out years later that it was the spinach and the acids in spinach that was causing my knee pain. I'm like, you've just said that you've been eating processed food for years. Like, is this a joke? And she was actually being serious. Can you give us a day in your life as a coach and all the other things you said? Or like do a YouTube video on what I get up to in a day. Would that be helpful? Or do you want me to just tell you what I get up to? I run around like a blue-ass fly. Mark, do you think that the hopes for the Mounjaro injections are good for your health? There's loads getting this on the NHS. Yeah, so I do have clients on the Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic. I've actually done presentations to help assist. There is a lot of heat at the moment, isn't there? And cases of people dying and people microdosing and dying, and it's totally up to them. Like, I'm here to support and whatever they feel like doing. What was the actual question? Do you think that the hope for the Mounjaro are good? It can help and assist with people with type 2 diabetes really well. A lot of people, some people, are unable to cope with ghrelin. So ghrelin's your hunger hormone, and they can't quieten it down, depending on your genetics. So you have more food noise, and then like the injections, the weight loss jabs, gets rid of the food noise, making like leveling the playing field for those that are able to fill them up from food. So there's pros and cons to it. Yeah. I mean, people who are just trying to lose a few pounds to get into a bikini are also on it as well, and it's not great. But it's not going anywhere. So as trainers and coaches, you can't be slagging it off, because like if they go on it for a small amount of time and it helps assist in like improve the quality of life so they can get into a healthier lifestyle, yeah, it's going to be very beneficial for those people. But people just stop trying to lose a few quid a pound. I don't agree with. Cookies cure cancer. Yeah, but also, like, when do you wake up? So I wake up at 5:30 every morning. During the summer it's 5 o'clock. Morning routine. So I get out of bed. I try and sneak out of bed because I co-sleep with my baby. Try and get out of bed without waking her, and like mostly unsuccessful. I'll make a coffee with her in my arms, and then I'll make, lately it's been crepes for me and the kids with fruit on the side, and then they're playing in the morning, we get dressed and stuff. I pack my car if I've got clients. I have a look at my schedule, my diary. How often do you work out? So I'm working out at the moment every day at 6 o'clock for these lives, but sometimes like if like my partner's about, or if we can get a session together, or I might do an extra one. But I've only been going live on YouTube since January, like just before January. So I'm doing 2 Pilates classes a week, and the rest is going to be like HIIT/strength training. Mounjaro is the weight loss jab. How often do you eat? So I have breakfast, and then I might have a snack at about 11, which would be like protein, like yogurt, or a shake, or a protein bar with a coffee, because I'm usually on the road. And then at between about 1 o'clock I'll have lunch, which is, the moment it's been a salad with protein. Marks and Spencer's has really good options. And then I'll eat at 5 o'clock, and then I'll stop eating at that time. Just a general overview. Thanks for all that free no BS. No problem. Give us a like and subscribe and you can learn more. It's quite quiet tonight, yeah. Any questions on health and fitness? So I've got my veggies. They say, don't they? Colour of the rainbow. That's definitely that. So I'm just putting them in the pan. I don't fry loads of food, but I've not cooked tofu before. Let's see how this tofu is looking. And normally, yeah, I eat at 5 o'clock, but Wednesdays is going to be quite challenging to get back to do the live and then eat, so I've swapped them around. Crepes, yogurt salad, and din din, and you can stay full all day Well, at the moment, so certain times of the month for some women with our periods, like menstruating, we can get more fatigued and more hungry, like more hunger pangs. So during certain times of the month, I really up my protein to like 150, 160 grams. So I have like a couple of protein snacks a day at the moment if I'm struggling with hunger. The more protein and fibre, like the whole foods that you get, the less that you'll deal with hunger. Well, not full, but you don't have to fight cravings. So after 5, when I've finished my meal, I'll go to bed hungry because I'm trying to lose body fat, and I think it's a good head nod that you are in a deficit and you're working towards that, because grellin's like sensing that your stomach's not got much in it. Some people can't stand hunger, but I feel like there's something quite good about being uncomfortable every now and then, because we're so quick to soothe. I do get cravings in the afternoon. I'll be starving, but I'm trying to like, I'll have a coffee because that helps raise your core temperature and can help with the cravings. Or say if I'm having a cravings for something sweet or a takeaway. Today I was thinking about a chippy. I was thinking, well, why do I want that? It's because I've not had lunch yet. I'll have, hi Illuminati member, I'll have my lunch, and then if I still want that thing, you know, then I'll have that. So like, you remember, you've got the unconditional permission to have any food that you want, but practicing delayed gratification is a very important skill, because we've got everything on Amazon Prime, haven't we? We get everything the next day or like instantly. So being a bit uncomfortable and playing around with waiting is good. I'm diabetic type 2. I eat Quaker oats and eggs. My blood sugar has gone down a lot. My nurse has gone from every month to a yearly visit. Well done you. The best thing that you can do with like being a type 2 diabetic is walk after every meal to clear that glucose and build muscle. I think I said that to you the other day though. Just make sure you've got it. Good to know about protein during the cycle. We'll be making sure to feed my lady during the time so she can stop being a little angry bear. Most of the time we're just hungry or tired. I mean, sometimes I'll have an extra nap. Like, I never nap, but today I needed a nap. Thanks, Illuminati member. Is there food to lower blood pressure? Potassium. So what's causing the heightened blood pressure? Sodium, so salt on its own can raise your blood pressure acutely, and potassium counteracts that. That's found in like tomatoes, I'm sure, and mushrooms. But if it's like a medical condition, you want to reduce saturated fat. So butter, any fat that's solid at room temperature. So this is obviously not solid. Olive oil, like cooking with that instead, is a good swap. Reducing the low density lipoprotein, so the LDLs, and swapping them for good fats, omega-3s, omega-6s. Right guys, it's quite quiet tonight. So tomorrow I'm going to go live with a leg session. I think we'll do strength session, like HIIT. So we'll do a bit of cardio mixed in with legs, do lots of lunges and stuff to build all of that. Hope to see you there tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'll be answering questions as I'm working out as well. High blood pressure since military service. I'm young and tried to eat well. That's a shame that I've had uncles who've been in the military and they've died of heart attacks. Now, just because you're super fit, I know somebody who had like 6-pack abs. He was pure like fit, but he ate a carnivore diet, so it was high in like cholesterol and like bad fats basically. And what was it? Did he need like he had heart disease. What do you call it? Cardiovascular disease. Even though he looked amazing. So yeah, you don't really know, like you can't feel your arteries getting blocked up from atherosclerosis, you know, like the hardening of like the plaque of the walls of the arteries. So reducing saturated fat's a big one. But an annual checkup shows I have high blood pressure now. So I'll be cutting out excess fat and salt. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Bye, Mark. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for sharing all that advice. No problem, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow, and I'll be answering more questions, and I'll see you soon. Bye.